Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the United Front. My name is Zane, joined here by my good friend Cowley. Cowley, how you doing?
Yes, people, what's going on? What's going on? Feeling good, a little bit hurt. Obviously, happy the Premier League's back though. And also, we're joined with, I don't know if everyone's seen him in the YouTube clips that we've been posting or outside Old Trafford, but a real Man United legend, man, like Ethan,
That's it.
which is, I
That's
don't
it.
know, to my right or my left. But Ethan, how you doing, bro?
Yeah, good man, good man. Enjoyed the game at the weekend, man. Loved it. Still, it's good to be back.
Yeah,
For real.
it is indeed. It is indeed.
Good to be
No,
back,
that's
boys.
good.
It's good to be back.
Got a lot to get into today, so we'll start off with a quick recap of the Arsenal game, and then we'll have a look at, asking the question, has Manchester United really changed? Could this be a new season? We don't know. And then the usual, get into a bit of transfer news, maybe even review the transfer window, see how we, see what each of us are rating the transfer window so far, potential new signings, see how it goes. But before we get into all of that, can you please all make sure you smash a like on the like button and subscribe to the channel if you are new, guys. It does help us out a lot. We've got a lot of great content coming out. We've got a match preview. Hopefully, we'll be released on the Friday. On the Sunday, get a watch along, hopefully, as well. So make sure you join us for that and keep your notifications on. But yeah, let's get into it, boys.
Yeah,
What are
just
we
quickly before
thinking?
we start,
Arsenal
just
game.
sorry, man. I just wanted
Go
to
on.
add on that, guys. Keep your notifications on. We're gonna try even get down to the Fulham game, get some clips outside Craven Cottage. Well, we've got plenty of content coming, so make sure you don't hit the like, the share, the subscribe, get all the algorithm flowing, the juice is flowing. You don't know what needs to happen. So yeah, Amar, sorry to cut you off. Carry on, my brother.
Yeah, not bad, man, not bad. Um, but yeah, I was thinking, yeah, we start off, take a little recap of the Arsenal game, see what you guys think. What did you think? What did you like? What didn't you like? What did you hope to see more of? Kylie, we'll start with you. Why don't you take it away?
Bro, you know what? I'm just gonna start off by saying, obviously, I was a bit pissed off after the game, and obviously, emotions were running high, and a lot of Arsenal fans were on my case. So I'm being a bit more measured this time of how I feel about the game. I think looking back on
Mhm.
it, both sets of fans walking away from it could probably be happy. Obviously, Arsenal are happy with the points. We're going to be happy with the way we played. We saw some progression there in the way that United played, which is, I think, what all United fans really wanted to see. Losing to Arsenal on the first day of the season, a team that, all jokes aside, that actually meant to be title challengers. I mean, a very good team. We see what they did to Real Madrid last season. Some big teams. They've been playing really well. So it's good to step out and actually put in a good performance and, dare I say it, dominate the game. The stats, the possession, shots, all of that was completely in Man United's favor. Sorry. So yeah, that was refreshing to see. And yeah, to be honest, bro, there's a lot of positives, man. I can't lie. Some good player performances. I saw some good performances from Dorgu, from Shaw. De Ligt, I thought was brilliant. He was winning everything in the air. He was challenging. He did Saka, Gyökeres, whoever. Nobody got any change out of him. So that was brilliant. I thought Mboma and Cunha, obviously, amazing. But yeah, man, I thought it was a all around good performance. Started to see some good bits of play that are starting to work. But yeah, man, like Ethan, I don't know. What do you think? Any players stand out for you?
Nah, man. Same with what you said. To be fair, I think I agree with everything. Like the defense was good. Going forward, we look like we've got a bit more about us this season. But I will just add one thing. Let's be brutally honest. We were robbed at the end of the game as well.
Yeah, that penalty shout. I'm not
We
gonna
were
lie.
robbed, we were robbed at
I
the end of the
came.
game, and I've looked at the even obviously the goalkeeper incident. There's probably 5 times out of 10 where that gets given as a free kick to the goalkeeper too. So
Yeah, no,
um
100%. I didn't, bro. You know what? When you're in the ground and you see that, you actually see that happening. You don't notice those things, obviously, because there's no replays in the ground.
yeah,
Infamously, Old Trafford's got no screens in that, so
yeah,
you don't see the replay. But when I actually went back and watched Match of the Day and looked at the highlights, bro, how is that not a foul? I don't really get it.
yeah, yeah.
Like he's gone through Cunha's standing leg.
Definitely a pen. And then I think obviously the goalkeeper incident, like I said, bro, that can go either way. It literally goes either way. So yeah, I mean obviously it started the season, so it's not like the worst time for us to lose against Arsenal. We're not expecting us to go win the title or anything. But against like obviously a big team, those things are gone against us, innit? I think personally.
I'm not gonna lie. I think the goalkeeper one, especially with buying there, I'm putting all the blame on him. I can't lie. I'm not
Yeah,
gonna
yeah.
agree with
I
you on that.
agree. I
I'll be
agree.
honest.
But I'm just saying
He's
sometimes
Sometimes I do hear that. I've seen them given. Like I've seen weaker things when they're not given. But bro,
You know what it is? It's
you're
more. It's
coming
more.
out in
It's
your
more to
box.
do. Bro, it's more to do with the tactical play from the defender though. If you got to think about what Gabriel's actually doing, as opposed to like, do you know what I mean? The threat on the goalkeeper, as opposed to what he's actually doing. He's not attacking the ball. He's just gone in there to be a menace.
Yeah, but bro, it's Premier League and it's a corner and it's Arsenal. We know what they do. Like at the end of the day,
that's the thing. People have been saying for time they shouldn't really be getting away with it anymore. Like obviously, referees should kind of stamp it out a bit where they're using players to target the goalkeeper like that. Do you know what I'm saying? Obviously,
yeah, but like
I agree, it's a goalkeeping mistake, but
generally, bro, the keeper's got to be stronger. If you're coming out, and especially if you get a hand to it too, bro, you've got to be stronger. Like I'm not giving you any leeway there, but I do agree with you. Like Arsenal that's what they do though. Them dark arts, corners, throw-ins. You know, I made a comment on them being Stoke City, but yeah, like obviously I was vexed, but it's not too far away from the truth. Like they're doing a lot of dark arts.
They've been doing it since PSG last season.
I don't even mind it. At the end of the day, you want your team to win and do whatever you can to get the 3 points. But yeah, enough about them. I thought from United, we saw a good organized performance. We didn't see any of those big gaps in midfield like we were seeing last season or the season before. Casemiro suddenly looks like a new player. Even just all they have to do is just plug a few gaps around him, change the system a little bit. Casemiro suddenly doesn't look like he's a 45-year-old, you know what I mean, kebab shop worker. He suddenly looks like he's a midfielder again. So like that's I think big, yeah. Like we got someone that's finally actually tweaking the system and clocking what the players can and can't do, which I appreciate a lot. So yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I was happy with the Arsenal game. Although we didn't lose, it's probably the happiest I could feel as a United fan after a loss. In fact, I can't remember many times I was happier after a loss.
I still think the gaps are there though, man. I think with that midfield with Casemiro and Bruno, I've obviously, I saw quite a lot of gaps in there still. I just thought Arsenal didn't have any impetus to like really go at us that much through the middle, innit? So I think that's
when they did have success, it was when they were trying to obviously break. And I see Odegaard a few times get free and just tend to make the wrong decision. I don't think he had a great game, but generally, if he was having a better game, maybe some of those passes might have connected and they could have actually punished us. So I do agree that midfield does need to get it needs to, you know what I mean? Someone needs to get in there, whether it's Hjulmand or whatever. But we'll talk about the transfers later and whether there's a midfielder coming in or whatnot. But yeah, Zayn, you had some difficulty there, some technical difficulty there.
Yeah, some technical difficulties. Sorry about that, boys. I don't know what happened. My whole stream just vanished for a second. But now we're back.
Talk to us. What do you think about the Arsenal game?
Yeah, the Arsenal game. I think Arsenal game. To be honest, that's as best as it probably could have gone without us getting the win. So I'm very happy with the patterns of play I saw. Very happy with the new signings. It's going to take some time for them to gel. We know that there was a bit of friction, maybe a little bit between Ahmad and Mbeumo at times. They needed, you could tell they needed a little bit more time together on the training ground, see how they get on. But all in all, like you were with me. You saw me after the game. You were both with me. You saw
I was too happy, bro.
I was.
Yeah, I think we were all too happy, innit? Oh yeah, I'm not gonna lie.
It's because
as mad as it sounds, think about it, do you take that result, and performance over last year's result and performance against Fulham? Which one do you take?
You know what? That's a good question.
I'm not gonna lie. Personally, I take the performance against Arsenal. It's better.
I was gonna say for me personally, like I've managed my expectations. I've managed my expectations. I know the amount of games I traveled to last season, 3-0, Spurs, home away, absolute spanking, against Bournemouth, spanked again. Like, just absolutely is getting, like, going all the way to Old Trafford and just watching and rubbish performance and then driving the whole way back home, just furious. Now, as somebody who's experienced that Old Trafford journey on the weekend that's just gone, I had an unreal day, great day out, good vibes, lovely weather, great game of football as well from Manchester United. We played really well. And I think people need to remember any Manchester United team could lose 1-0 to Arsenal. It's not like we lost 1-0 to Burnley, we played a team that finished second for the last 3 years in a row. Like, I'm not that mad at the result because I'm not expecting us to be in first or second place this season.
Yeah.
You
You
know,
know
I'm
what? Yeah.
expecting us after another transfer window or two to potentially be in those areas.
To be honest, I
But
think it's like this is the first time we've seen a decent performance from the team, innit? Really, innit?
exactly.
Like if we're being brutally honest, it's something that we can say that there's fluidity from start to finish, from 0 to 90. Like the team played as a unit, they all played
That's a
together.
good thing you just
Like
mentioned there. You know, for 90 minutes,
Yeah,
it was
I
actually a
was just about to
90-minute
yeah.
say,
It
spell.
wasn't it wasn't some
So
yeah,
I'm
part
yeah.
glad
time
you
thing.
mentioned
They
that.
were full time with it. Like they weren't.
That
You know
wasn't a
what?
20-minute spell. That wasn't a first half. That was from start to finish. Every second that clock was ticking, those 11 players gave it
Yeah.
100% effort.
I was just going
Especially
to say,
compared
just
to
to
Bilbao.
answer,
Like look at the last competitive game we've had really in Bilbao. What we saw as in Bilbao.
bro, I was just going to answer your question. Yeah. Funny enough, Bilbao, I remember leaving that stadium in Bilbao, yeah, feeling the lowest I felt about United, thinking like, bro, there's no hope. Like I was at the bottom of the barrel in terms of feeling like how hopeless I was. And just to answer your question again, Ethan, obviously we're match going fans, innit? The feeling leaving the ground actually means a lot. Like it carries with you, innit? And that feeling after last season, I remember the first game of the season, was it a Friday night, wasn't it? We played Fulham. And Xerxes scored in like the 80th minute or something. 1-0 we won. And I remember leaving that ground, yeah, listening to the radio, obviously watching all the YouTubes and all of these lot. And bro, everyone was cussing us. The mood was down. Even though we won, it felt kind of shit because we played terrible. Do you know what I mean? We did not play good football, and I did not travel that far to watch that sneaker 1-0 win against Fulham, innit? Which is why I was kind of onto the Arsenal fans a little bit, because I was thinking, like, why, like, surely you should be more concerned than us because you don't actually play terrible. You know what I mean? And you're meant to be going for a title, and we're just, you know, trying to turn the top six or whatever. So you're right, bro. To be honest, leaving that stadium on Sunday, on the other hand, was a much better feeling. I felt a lot more positive, a lot more hopeful for the future. It might be obviously because of how bad last season was. Definitely is because of that. But at the end of the day, football's about, you know, feelings and, you know, especially going to the ground, how you feel leaving it. And I'm not gonna lie, I felt very positive and optimistic leaving the ground on Sunday.
Like, I'm looking forward to the next game. I can't wait now. You know, before I was dreading the next game. Every single week, you're thinking, "Damn, who we got next?"
If we'd have got battered, I'll be dreading this game too. There's no way I'll be looking forward to
and that's what I mean. That's literally what I mean. So the fact that, like, if we play the outstanding 37 Premier League games the way we played on the weekend, we're gonna win the games. We're gonna win many games. We're gonna
easy. If we play with that intensity and with
if
that
we
passion,
play like that every single week, I think top five would be. I think it'd be a comfortable top five. Maybe I'm getting a bit ahead
all
of
you want to
myself.
see
I
as
don't
a
know.
United fan,
But
all you want to see as a United fan is your team
playing
turning
well,
up,
man.
putting in a shift, and playing well. Like,
Yeah,
that's all we want to see. That's all we grew up watching. That's all we want to see. Put in a shift. Sometimes, you know what? You might have 20, 30 shots and you might still lose a 1-0 game. That happens.
There's a reason why we were brandished as like the least entertaining team in the league, innit? And there's a reason why we only score as many goals as we do. Like, come on.
Exactly.
So it's important.
100%.
So saying that, this is actually a very good segue. So obviously there's been a change then, hasn't it? So have United really changed? Are we actually better than we were last season? Do you know what I mean?
Can you judge it off one game?
Is it just last season? Can we judge it off one game, or is there the transfer window? We can judge it off the wage structure, how the club's been running in the, you know, generally doing deals and, you know, getting people out and into the club. What do you think? Has the club really changed? And is it for the better or for the worse? Amar, I'll start with you. Talk to me.
I think, in terms of has the club changed, I think definitely there has been a lot of change. We've seen it, whether it be good or bad change. We've seen both sides of things. I really like the way we've been operating in the transfer window. We've been direct, not too much messing around, not dragging out deals for months throughout the whole summer. Remember with Frankie de Jong, these kind of situations, paying silly wages. I think right now the club have implemented a structure on the higher level, and that slowly is now working its way down. It's working its way down now. So, I feel like we got the right manager in for for where we are. I think the board have made some questionable decisions in their first year, but we have to give them some time to bed in. And then I think now we're making the right signings. I think Mbeumo, great signing. I think Cunha, another great signing. Players who want to play for Manchester United, not players who are here for a payday. Because the thing is, we're not offering a payday anymore
I
with
think
the
that's
new
the thing
structure.
that I noticed a lot in the summer. Every single player that we went to sign, most of them anyway, Sesko, Mbeumo, Cunha, could have, reportedly all gone to other clubs, and because they were playing Champions League football, would have got just as good, if not a better wage at the clubs that they were asked for, and they would have got obviously Champions League football. But they all chose to turn that down so that they could come to United. Mbeumo and Cunha especially, we know that's a fact for them. And Sesko, obviously we know that's also a fact for him because of how bad Newcastle were chasing him. So it's good to hear that. Like, it's good to see that. Like, for example, stark contrast from somebody like, for example, Alexis Sanchez. When we go for him, he didn't really care about where he wanted. He just wanted a big payday. We were the only ones that were willing to give him that much money. We ended up giving it him, and he came to United. Ended up being one of the worst signings we've ever made. Same with how many players that we've signed over the past 5 to 10 years, where players have just come because we're the biggest payday, and sometimes it's worked out, sometimes it hasn't.
Yeah, I'm gonna say, I think that's difficult to judge, man, because like if you look at obviously Madrid or whatever, over the last 10 years, they've been crazy successful, winning Champions League after Champions League. I'm telling you now, some of those players are only signing for a payday and signing because they want to obviously earn as much as they possibly can in their career too. So
you say that, but if you look at the big players they've had for the past five years after the Ronaldo era or whatever, they've had Vinicius Jr., who they bought as a teenager for like 30 million. Obviously, it was a lot, but they bought him at like 18. He was like 17 or something. He was 30 million. Rodrigo, same thing. They brought him straight from Brazil when he was a teenager. They brought him through. They're signing like Arda Güler off Fenerbahce. You know what I mean? Young talent again for like 18, 19. They signed him for like little money. These players aren't coming to Real Madrid necessarily because it's the biggest payday. They could go to other clubs and also make more money. But I think clubs are now starting to notice that we need to move past that. They're obviously football's getting younger, so they're signing generally younger players that are willing to prove themselves. And like, I think it makes sense why we never went for like an Osimhen, for example, because clearly Osimhen was the type of striker that was saying, all I'm coming for is the money. If you pay me the money, I'll come play for you. Simple as. Whereas we were like, no, we want more than players that can just do that. You heard Ruben Amorim last season saying that in the press conferences when they asked him about Gyökeres. They said about Champions League football, if Gyökeres comes, so Gyökeres said he's not coming to a place that doesn't have Champions League football or something. And Amorim said, for Gyökeres and for anybody else, if you don't want to come to United, then just for being at United, then we don't want you. Yeah. And I think that's really shown in this transfer market. And like, yeah, I'm enjoying seeing it. I think you're starting to see the fruits of that on the pitch. These players look like they want to play for United. When they're on the pitch, I'm seeing it. Do you know what I mean? Like, bro, these players last season or the season before, I'm genuinely questioning, like, do you want to be here? Like,
saying that though, man. We've had that though. Rasmus was a United fan. Mason Mount's a United fan. Obviously, we've had players like Lingard, we've had players like Pogba, we've had players like Rashford who have all gone through the same system and have always like been supportive of United. I think like we're looking at like maybe a change in internal structure, which has kind of caused that desire for the players to want to come and play as opposed to the actual players we're signing. I'm telling you, like if Cunha was to go and play for Arsenal or something or whatever, he'll put the same desire in on a match you'd expect from him as he would playing for United. I don't think that changes that much.
It comes down to, so I'm glad you said that because what it really comes down to, I guess, is professionalism. Like these players, they understand they have a duty to the club that they play for to go out there and give it their all every single game, week in, week out. Now, we have lacked professionalism massively. We look at the when you ask the question, Cowley, on have we changed? We have taken all the toxicity out of the club. All the players with the huge egos, or the huge wages, who think that that they think they're bigger than the club, they're all either out or on the way out now. And I think that's what's made such a massive, massive difference to the actual atmosphere that what we're dealing with right now. But to move on from that, there was something I saw now just in the comments here. A comment from Ernst. He says the next game is the real test because we saw a lot of times against the big teams that that showed up that, and we showed up last year, and teams like Fulham are the ones where we struggled the most, and I think that is actually bang on. So I think it's very easy for us to get a bit carried away now because we saw us put in an absolute shift against Arsenal, but it is important to
Yeah,
see how we do play against
I
the
think,
big
I
teams.
think, I think we'll see more. We'll see. We'll know more about United after this Fulham game than we do from the Arsenal game for sure.
Yeah,
I agree, but I might even be sticking my neck out here, yeah. But I really do think we've changed. Like, I think you'll see in that Fulham game, we're not the same. Like, I can feel it, bro.
I hope so. I
can taste it. I can smell it. You know them ones. I can just feel it in
man,
the
I
air,
hear
bro.
it. I hear it.
I'm telling you, we're
You're not
different.
the only one.
Something happening. The intensity is different. Like, I feel there's a different drive that the players have. That the battle.
Tell you one thing that hasn't changed.
Gone.
One thing that hasn't changed. We still can't sound no players, boy.
Oh boy.
That is very true. There's that. I think that will be a United problem for the next couple of years while we're getting out the high wage players, and I think hopefully once we need to let the new structure have some time to bed in.
Well, the thing is, effectively, in the end, what they want to have is like the squad players need to be coming from the youth team and obviously being brought for very cheap, like those young players were suggesting. Then the rest of the squad's obviously filled with the talented. Okay, cool. If we're going to go and spend 100 million on a Baleba, we only do it 2-3 times as opposed to, do you know what I mean, 11 players throughout the squad, all been brought for 60, 70 mil plus, all earning way too much, not bothered, going on social media, dancing at the Emirates, all this and that. Like, we don't need all that. We need to just, like you said, Zayn, we've got to be professional. You get me?
Yeah, I think if you actually look at just last thing about I think the change, because I think this change in the structure and the way we are and the way that these lot are signing players and stuff really does make a difference to why it's different. It's not just about what I'm hoping for. I think it's different because of this, because of the way that the wage structure is changing. I'm just deep in it. I was looking at the wage structure the other day, yeah. But bro, we since these lot have come in, I don't think they've bought anyone and put them on more than 200k. I think the maximum they put somebody on is 190, which is what is it? Cunha. So every single player that they brought in has been under 200k. The only players that we're still paying over 200k are players.
But I think a good reference is what they were earning at their previous club. So if we're tripling wages again, then that's still nuts at the end of the day.
Yeah.
The incentive needs to be performance based for playing at Manchester United.
I'm not against that. I'm not against that. So I believe that if you play for Man United, yeah, if you've somehow got good enough to play get the attention of Man United, you deserve to be one of the best players in your position in the league. I think
best paid players.
Yeah, you deserve to be that because
I don't necessarily think so.
I think if you're going from any club to Man United, yeah, you're getting a promotion if it's a work vibe.
Fair enough. What if you're in Man United and you don't necessarily deserve that promotion?
Then you have to get cut out, which is what they're doing now.
What about Kobe? Again, when Kobe was asking for whatever's been reported, like the 180s, the 200s, was he deserving of that at that period of time?
To be honest, I think Kobe's not on 200k.
But that's what the rumors were fishing around, that he was asking for in excess of that, and that was why he was looking to make a move.
I don't think anybody. I think they can comfortably turn around to Kobe now and say to him, "No, you're not worth 200k. We've just signed established Premier League players like Mbeumo, and we put them on 180 or whatever. Why do you get?
Where does that leave Kobe? Then does that leave Kobe staying at the club, or does that? Do you know what I'm trying to say? Because if he's
you know what, if Kobe don't want to play, if Kobe wants to, he's not happy to be. The same level of paid as before. Kobe might have had more of a point because everybody and their dog was getting a 250 grand a week contract at United. You had Harry Maguire, Sancho, man ain't done nothing for United. Are getting 250 grand. So of course Kobe can walk in and say, "Bro, pay me 250 grand." Sancho's never kicked the ball for us. I just scored in the FA Cup final. Of course I deserve 250 grand if he's on that. He could say that, but now he can't say that to these man because these man they can say, "Bro, Sancho, that was a mistake that was done in the past before we were here." Harry Maguire or whoever else you want to mention, we don't know who you're talking about. But all the people we brought in, mate, Mbeumo, Cunha, the people we think are some of the most important players on the team, they're earning 180, 190. And if you want to be a young prospect in the team, you're not one of the most important ones, then we're going to put you on 130, 140. If he's like, yeah, well, Chelsea will pay me 200, cut Chelsea then, bro. If it's all about the money for you, then as much as I love Kobe, bro, do you know what I mean?
Nah, man.
Would you say there's no risk in Sesko signing then?
What do you mean? Of course, there's a risk in Sesko signing.
Well, because if you think about it, logistically, he's brought on a similar kind of premises like what Højlund was last year anyway. A young striker for lots and lots of money that has potential. He's obviously being paid a lot more as well, so that's still a risk with that, isn't it? Like, obviously, trying to get them off the books, I mean. So in terms of, like, how do you get rid of these players once you realise they're not what you need? You know what I'm saying?
I think the way that they've signed these players, again, it's wages, bro. Like, the biggest problem we've had getting rid of players is because their wages are so high, nobody else wants to take them on. But if you look at, I don't know, even Sesko now, he's not on more than 160.
He's on 160. 160 a week. Yeah, that's what, you can move that on. And he's young. He's young. And the thing is, you've seen in the Prem, you've seen how hard it is in the Prem, you know, for certain players. You see players that play in the Premier League and then you see them go to Italy or Spain. Look, you saw the way Anthony, who was awful for the past however many years at United, was shining, killing it at Betis. So I think you could easily move a Sesko on. He's young, he's talented, he's strong, he's big, he's physical, and he's a good player. You know, there's a lot of potential there. So you can still sell him on in a couple of years, and people will still be buying into the potential. He's not even expected to be in his prime right now.
Bro, as crap as Højlund is, we're just about to get like 40 million for him, even though he's had one.
I wouldn't even say he was that bad, man. His first season was all right.
But his last season was dreadful. Like, last season, man scored like 2 goals in 50 appearances.
Everyone's last season was rubbish. And the worst thing is, one player who obviously everyone wants rid of or whatever, who got 11 goals, 11 assists, Garnacho. So then you're telling me in the season where we're awful, 22 goals and assists is awful too. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
No, I think Garnacho is worth more than, like, he's worth a decent amount.
They want to pay 25 mil for him.
Yeah, bro. I think the way we've handled the Garnacho situation has just left us open. Like, we've just left us open to get shagged in the transfer market. Because
actually, I don't agree with that, because you see players who look at Osimhen, for example. This guy is completely exiled from his club. They still got very decent money for him, considering the wages that he's on. Like, people keep painting this narrative, but he's falling out with the club. So Isak's falling out with Newcastle. You think they're going to get him on the cheap? Liverpool, when they come in?
Totally different player, though, isn't it? Different caliber.
No. I hear that, but my point is that you're still going to... It doesn't matter as much as people paint it out to be, in my opinion. People seem to think that, he's falling out with the club. It means now we can get him for 30 million. Not getting Garnacho for 30 million because he don't get on with Amorim. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, that's
we'll
that's
have
just
to see.
flawed.
We'll have to see if Man United have really changed in the way that they do transfers. And in a business perspective, if I was Chelsea right now, why would I come in and give you any more than 25 mil, 30 mil, 40, whatever I decide? Because I'm going to come to you in the last week of the transfer window where it's either that or nothing. You would take what I'm going to give you now. You're not going to sell him.
He'll not going on loan.
And he's sitting on the bench.
If United are serious, will I keep him? Keep him. Or will I put him on the bench?
Keep him. Put him in the reserves.
Teach him a lesson.
And let him suffer.
Little rap, bro. Let him learn.
Absolutely.
Yeah? Bro, to not be a little shit, bro. And honestly,
United ain't got 50 mil to waste like that right now, man.
Nah, bro. Are you dumb? He's only 20. He's only bro, he turned 21 last week, bro. He's got age on his side. Don't worry about that, bro. He can sit there and chill for a year, man. We still get 30 million for next year.
30
million is nothing.
You're get some highlights in the reserves and that. You know what I mean?
Bro, Dango Ouattara just got bought for £42.5 million of the King's finest, bro. Great British Sterling. You're telling me £42.5 million for Dango Ouattara? And bro, come on, man. Garnacho should be worth, if he's going for 42.5, Garnacho should be worth 60. Genuinely.
Yeah, but it all depends on the length of his contract as well, isn't it? Well, I don't know how long he's got on his contract.
But Garnacho's got years on his contract.
I like this. Look at this comment here. We got Ernest again coming in with the let him rot or 50 mil. Let these clubs know we ain't taking peanuts no more. 100%. 50 mil is a good price.
Bro, 50 million.
But if we're not getting the 50 million minimum as a package,
you see the yellow sticker at M&S, yeah? That's the 50 mil price, bro. The yellow sticker price is 50 mil. The full price of Garnacho is 70 mil. That's what I think, bro.
Would you take anyone in exchange?
Thank you, bro. Ernest with another great comment. Dewsbury Hall, need I say any more, fam? Dewsbury Hall, £40 million after not playing football for 2 years, bro. bro. Come on, man. The Garnacho, yeah. Name me one player that's under the 21 and under that's played over 100 times for United, scored in the FA Cup final, got a Puskás award, won a League Cup at 21 years old, bro, playing for a crap United team, bro. That's not an easy. There's not many players out there in the world that have done that, bro. He's still literally only just turned 21 yesterday, like I said, or the other day. Come on, bro. Garnacho, he should be worth 70 million in my book, at least 70 million. If you get 50 million, like I said, that's a yellow sticker price, bro. And obviously, we got Shaq in the chat, who I know is a Chelsea fan, isn't it? So I just wanna
Chelsea fan.
I'm just gonna pin some of his stuff. Man said, "Nah, keep Garnacho, please. It's peak. Take him, bro.
Let him with that. Let him rock, please. Under no circumstances.
Bro. Honestly, yeah,
Nah, come
Garnacho.
on.
And what's going on with Sancho? That bad smell, bro. It's lingering around, bro.
That he's literally like a bug at a barbecue that just won't leave you alone. He's always there.
But he's the epitome of everything that was wrong, isn't it? And he's like, he just wants to milk the club for whatever they can.
To be fair, though, yeah,
makes sense for him.
Actually,
you're signing a player. We're signing a player that was in City's bloody academy anyway. It don't make no sense. What affiliation does he have with United? He probably didn't like them growing up anyway, regardless. So he's going to do whatever he can. Do you know what I mean? It don't make no sense,
bro.
He's not fussed. He's not fussed.
City scum, bro. That's why, isn't it? Little City double agent, isn't it?
Literally.
Right, bro. Honestly, man. But yeah, he's honestly, I think going back to like I said, just finishing up on Garnacho, he's got, yeah, like Ernest just said, he's got some really good attributes. I think as a young player, he's raw. Don't get it twisted. There's a lot he needs to improve on. He's not that good, but he's a lot to improve on. And I think he's definitely worth at least 50, 60, 70 million. If man like Madueke are going for 55, and you know what I mean, Ouattara 42, Elanga for 55. Bro, Elanga was with him and they were in the same academy. And bro, I watched them both come through United. Garnacho is more talented than Elanga. As much as Elanga is a better player, like currently right now, I think Garnacho's ceiling is way higher than Elanga's. So.
It's not even that. Do you know what it is? He's just working under a system. He worked for a team under Forest that had a good system, then he looks good under the system. We can't like say system players are better, because at the end of the day, Garnacho could go to Chelsea, work in the system, look flawless, look amazing. Go get 50.
No, I think Garnacho's got a way higher ceiling than Elanga. Like I think Elanga's a good player right now. He's getting really good out of his ability right now. But in the long term, Garnacho, I think, he's a very his ceiling is just as high. And even in performance level today, it's not that different. Like currently today, they're not. Elanga's maybe a bit better, but they're not that far apart, I think, in my opinion. But anyway, moving on. Like I said, Sancho, bro, is he ever going to leave? Like genuinely. So Roma obviously tried to get him this week, and they put 20 million. We accepted it, and he said, "Nah, I want to pee."
They signed Leon Bailey instead. Leon Bailey.
No, but I heard Fabrizio say that apparently they want both.
Would they?
Yeah.
Can't imagine why they're bothered with Sancho. What a waste of time.
Ryan asking questions, bro. Just take him, innit? Do you know what I mean? Like
Sancho, man. You wait for Sancho. He thinks he's better than he is. He thinks he's at a certain level. He's worthy of a certain level that he's just not. And that's why he keeps thinking he's too big for the clubs that are coming in for him. So, but hold on a second. We've got 5 people, I think, currently on the stream right now. Please, guys, make sure you smash a like on the video and make sure you subscribe if you are new to the channel. It really does help us out with the algorithms and, getting our content out there.
And if you can, also share it to somebody, man. Get somebody else to join in the chat. Why not, bro? Get them to join in and like, share, and subscribe the thing as well. Get the algorithm going, boys. Come on, man. But yeah, 100% Omar. Thank you for that. But yeah, guys, let's look forward a little bit. So let's talk about, obviously, we got Fulham coming up on the weekend. We're not gonna, obviously, we'll do a whole preview video, and get in maybe with some predicted 11s and stuff like that. But how big is that game for us? And what are you looking forward to seeing the most? Either one of you could go. Ethan.
What's that for? What, Fulham game?
For Fulham, yeah.
Oh, Fulham's vibes, man. I love it down at Craven Cottage, boy. It's good. United, to be fair, we always turn up there, man. I think, even going back to the Boa Morte, remember him?
Oh, wow, yeah, man.
Lashing him for 40, 50 yards. Even then, we're still turning up. So,
yeah. I mean, even last season, we were crap. Did we win there? We did, didn't? Was it Garnacho even? Speaking of Garnacho.
I think we did win there.
Double check.
Yeah, I think we did win there. I know they beat us at Old Trafford, but
it was
I'm fairly sure.
Yeah, we beat them at Old Trafford and at Craven Cottage last season.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah,
my
we did
god,
beat them
they
at
might be the only
first game
team
of
we
the
did a
season.
double over last season, bro.
Yes.
I'm just saying, Bruno.
So yeah, no, it's good down there. Good vibes down there. Good day out.
Craven
Also
Cottage.
as
Oh, it was
well,
the Alessandro Martinez looped shot. You remember that? The little deflected
Oh
shot
yeah.
at Craven Cottage.
I'm
Man,
looking,
like Leacher, man.
I'm looking forward to see how we play against obviously not, I wouldn't say a smaller team because obviously they finished higher than us last season, but a team that obviously United should be beaten 9 times out of 10, and the games that we need to be winning fundamentally to get anywhere in the league. Like for me, I think obviously unless we're challenging immediately for the league, I feel pretty disheartened by game 4, game 5 if we've lost 3 and drawn 1 and we're out of everything already. Like for that point, I'm gonna kind of disassociate with United, and we've got no other competitions to like fall back on and be excited about. So there's not really going to be any midweek fixtures. So we've got to go. Do you know what I mean? We've got to go
B-boy.
every game, bro. Every game's a disappointment as far as I'm concerned. Like every game
is actually a final this year. Go on, Zane.
I think if we can get a win on this weekend and a win home at Burnley next weekend, and then what is it? Is it international break after that?
Yeah,
right?
then we got Chelsea Brighton after that, haven't we? So
yeah, so I think if we can go in,
I think City's end of September, I think.
Oh no, City's September. Yeah, sorry. Go on, carry on. Zane.
Yeah. So I'm thinking if we can go win our next 2 games, that could be just enough to get a little bit of form building up ahead of the next, tough games that are coming. We've got, like I said, we got Chelsea, we got City away as well. Not that the empty had is that intimidating, but still, you know what I mean? That City are looking good this year, so we need to, if we can come in strong after a couple wins, man, and we do turn up against the big teams, we'll see what happens.
Back-to-back blues, kicking a blue. Kicking up blue.
Kicking up blue.
We're like kicking up blue. Yeah, well, no, Chelsea game is, yeah, that's a huge game for us. I think, like you said, going in, we've got Fulham and Burnley, and I think we need to get at least minimum. If we don't get 4 points out of those games, it's a catastrophe.
4 points.
We should be looking to get 6.
It has to be 6.
I think it's 6, man. Burnley should be a walk in the park.
No, I'm saying if we don't get 4, it's a catastrophe.
Yeah. At the end of the day, the pressure starts if as soon as we drop points against Burnley or Fulham, and then we drop points to Chelsea, then we drop points to Brighton, then we've got Liverpool, whatever coming up. Do you know what I mean? Then it's bye Amorim, isn't it? Like, to be realistic, he ain't gonna withstand 5 defeats out of 7 or whatever. So as much as like we think we turn a leaf, we're not gonna see the progress until we're up against these smaller teams where we fail to beat. Do you know what I mean?
So how long you boys giving Amorim then?
What, for him to like be able to like keep on doing what he's doing as it is, or
I don't know. It depends. Where you at with Amorim? I'm not gonna lie, man.
If we're saying that the start of the season's not good, is it? So we have to be realistic. We played well, but we lost, innit? So if he goes and loses his next 4 games, then I'll be honest, I'll probably have to say we're out, innit? Because especially if it's 4 games we played well, what's the benefit of playing well then if we're losing 4 games anyway?
I don't know, man.
There's a thin line, innit? You can't. There's a thin line, man.
I mean,
listen, I hear it's about results. It's about results. I do hear that, but at the same time, we weren't getting the results last season, and we were playing rubbish. If we can start to see him implementing his style of play,
I can't stand by that, man. I can't say. You're saying by Christmas we're 15th, but we're playing well. It's all right. No.
Listen.
Even traumatized.
No. It's gonna be my last season if it ends up like that. If it ends up like that, I'm out. If it ends up like that, I'm out.
I think right now, obviously, it's hard to say, innit? But I think the easier question to ask is, for the season, what's a bare minimum for Amorim to keep his job? Is a question for you, Ethan.
Top 8 for the cup, innit? He's got to win one of the cups. If he wins one of the cups, then top 8, he's pretty much kept his job, I'd say. Like, that's
quite a high bar, Ethan.
So that's a high ask, bro.
No, listen. The cup. I think top 8 is minimum, in my opinion, as well. If you get top 8, I think you survive.
You take top 8, no cups. Imagine we come 8th.
Listen, I'll have to take it, bro. We finished 15th last season.
But we finished. Are you forgetting what happened last season? 15th.
Wasn't you screaming United going to win the league last week?
Nah.
Exactly.
Listen, come on, bro.
Exactly.
That was in the summer, innit? Season started now.
I'll be honest, man. Like I've always said,
I hear that.
my expectation every single season for United team is to be challenging, regardless, innit? Yeah, regardless of become 18th, 19th, whatever. No, that's just from the start, innit? Yeah, bro. I can't celebrate coming fourth, coming second, coming third, coming fourth, coming fifth. That's why I've not celebrated a long time for United. Do you know what I mean? Because we not won a league in that long.
Listen,
Our expectation has to be that from the off. So that's what I'm saying. The expectation drops as soon as we lose 3 games out of 5. The expectation's gone. There's no expectation to go into the league trying to even be amongst it at all. You know what I'm trying to say?
Oh, the Manchester United you're talking about, I feel is definitely far from the Manchester United.
You man are saying, have we changed?
Present.
Have we changed then? Have we really changed then? If you man have still got doubt in your heart that we can't go anywhere near the title.
No, but the thing is, I feel like we've frauded our way to certain places in the league in recent years. I feel like under Ten Hag, we were moving mad, randomly snatching a goal here, winning the game. There was no direction. Right now, we're starting it from scratch. He's breaking the team down. They've invested heavily this summer. I think, so far they've done well. And I think if we can consistently, week in, week out, play well, and we finish 8th, I'm not mad at it because I'm not expecting Amorim to fix a problem that had us 15th playing so badly.
Who would do better with this squad then?
Hold on a sec. If we can play consistently well and finish 8th, I'll give him the next summer, back him a bit more, and then we'll see what happens the year after. But we can't jump the gun again because then what happens? What are we gonna do?
So looking at our squad, all right, cool. So say that squad, that 11 that played against Arsenal, yeah. Where would you place that team under Arne Slot? Where would you place that team? There's 11 players. They're playing under Arne Slot. Where would you place them?
I think with Arne Slot, it's a different question. I feel like he inherited a well-drilled. What Arne Slot took over.
I'm gonna about those 11 players under him. I'm saying, judging by what Liverpool done last season, winning the league. If you put Man United's 11 players under him, or I put them under Pep, then where would you expect them to finish? Put them under Arteta. Where would you expect them to finish? If they was under Arteta, where would they be finishing?
If that's a good argument.
Top 3, wouldn't they?
It took Arteta 3 years to get tune out of the Arsenal team. 3 years.
But I think what Zane's trying to say, and what I also kind of agree with him. You know what it is? If the old man in me, the Man United fan, the child Man United fan in me, the true Man United fan agrees with you. Every single start of the season, my standards have just been drilled from when I was a kid. Since the start of the season, bro, every season where we should be challenging for the league. That's just the standards at United. That's just what I've grown up loving and supporting United. That's what I know.
That's why the standards have dropped, though, bro. That's why
everything's changed in the past, bro. Since Fergie's retired, bro, this is a whole completely new Man United, bro. We finished second, 2-3 times in the past 12 years, and it's been bare like Zane said, it's very like random. We just end up in that place. We just turn up and we're randomly second or third or whatever. There's almost no like guaranteed consistent way of getting to that place. Now, if Amorim is able to come in and consistently set out a way, a plan, and a consistency in the way that we could play, so we can progress up the league to get to 4th and to get to 2nd. I'll be honest, 8th is just about keeping your job. That's not like, I'm bare happy with you, right? Don't get twisted. I'm not sitting there and celebrating 8th.
I would say
you've done enough to keep your job. For me, a success for him is getting 5th. If you get 5th, I'll be like, bro, that's a big jump. You've gone from 15th to 5th, 10 places.
What about Villa? So when Villa make a jump from basically coming into the Premier League, surviving, losing one of their star players, a couple of seasons time, and they're in Europe, they're in Champions League, they're coming top 4, they're coming top 5, and that's within 1-2-3 seasons.
I agree. I agree. Emery's, but I don't think the issues at Villa ran as deep as the issues at United. I think the issues at United, they've taken 10, 11, 12 years to cause. And they're going to take at least a year or two to completely fix. Even
Villa was bad, bro. Villa went down. Villa went down because of their issues.
No, I hear that. But when it came back up,
it could be worse.
But look, hear me out. Yeah, at Chelsea, when they got new owners, where were they finishing? They finished 12th and 13th or something, back-to-back seasons. There was so much turmoil at the club. They got new owners and they had good managers. They tried to bring in good, they brought in 3, didn't they? Was it Lampard, Tuchel, and what's that other guy?
Still quicker than United, though, bro. Look how much quicker.
What I'm trying to say is, it took 2 seasons of finishing 12th.
Look how long it's taking United
stuff out, and then they finished 6th, I think, or was it? And then or something like that. So when we beat them to the Europa League because of winning the FA Cup, they finished at 6th, and then they finished now that next season, this season they finished 4th, and they look like they're going to go straight for that again. We need consistency in there. There has to be a plan. Now Amorim can do that if you give him 2 years, 3 years, but technically this is his first year, bro. Like last year don't really count. Like it counts for him to learn some things about the team, but in my opinion, I don't count. He's not really going to be able to change and do what he needs to do in that 6 months of a broken team already. So
Ollie did,
this
though.
is
Just
to interject there quickly, we got a comment from Ernest, which I think is very valid to the conversation we're having right now. Is you can't change 15 years of mismanagement in one season. Amorim came in after the absolute mess of what Ten Hag done before, the amount of rubbish he brought into the club. And then you look at what the Glazers have been doing ever since they took over the club. We've coasted along with Sir Alex Ferguson because he was the greatest manager ever. And then ever since then, we have not been that same Manchester United that we once were. And we've been papering over the cracks for too many years. I'm happy. Obviously, I would prefer us to be always competing, being at the best spot. To be honest, man, not winning that Europa League final last season, because that would again papered over the cracks. You know what I'm saying? I think this is the perfect time. Horrendous season. Amorim warned us as well. He said the storm is coming. He said it was going to happen because he knew he was not budging on his play style.
Yeah.
But now, hopefully, we can start to actually reap the rewards of the horrendous season that we had last season that we had to endure for that long of just losing and being rubbish the entire season. Hopefully, now we'll actually be able to, giving him the time and giving him the right players. Hopefully, they're back in with a midfielder now, and we can actually hope to see something decent, man.
As much as obviously it's been a poor period, we've still been crazy successful compared to almost every other English football club. Like we still won
Our standards.
we won FA Cups, we won the Europa League.
I hear that.
Standards for United have dropped, but the standards are way still above every other club in that league.
Oh, no, I hear that 100%.
Apart from Liverpool, I wouldn't even put Chelsea in this category. I say apart from Liverpool and City, probably Arsenal now because obviously they're doing their thing a bit. But apart from those three, United should be up there, bro. That's just logistics of football, just what it should be. So where we are isn't a standard to obviously for us to say. I don't know. For me personally, to say eighth is acceptable. I don't know, bro. I don't know if I come in the end of the season. Maybe it'll be performance.
Whether it's acceptable isn't really the question. What is it sackable is the question.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think eighth keeps him his job, and I think fifth is a good season, and I think anything above fifth, you've done a great job, mate.
I think no Europe finishes eighth. He's gone.
He finishes eighth. I think he keeps his job simply because I think Ineos brought him in, so they'll give him that leeway. And I think eighth will be seen by everybody really as a success, like especially the media and stuff. Because of where we finished last season, for Man United generally, that's never a success finishing eighth. I agree with you, Ethan, but considering the context of where we've been in the past year or two, I think finishing eighth will actually look decent for us. But anyway, what do you lot think? Like I said, just quickly then about we'll end it really on this. What are you looking forward to seeing on the weekend? Obviously, we're going to do a preview, guys, by the way. So keep it locked on the channel. See it you'll see it on the YouTube. We'll post it about on our Instagram, on our TikTok, guys. If you're not following, follow. The TikTok's been getting a lot of traction, so make sure you get in there early. We will be doing ticket giveaways, guys, by the way, as well. So when every 5K followers or whatever, we'll decide when, but soon enough. So look out for that on our socials. Make sure you're following. So just quick look ahead to this weekend, specifically against Fulham. What are you guys looking forward to in terms of players? Sesko start, for example. That's what I'm looking forward to. So
Sesko starting. United actually obviously playing with a forward this week. I think if we can do that, then I think we should hopefully see a couple of goals, isn't it?
I want to see Sesko starting. I definitely want to see that link up a bit more than Buemo, but I'm not gonna lie, boys. After last weekend, I'm really looking forward to seeing Cunha. Cunha looked incredible, man, last week. Like he was carrying the ball well, really progressing the ball, getting in good positions. I think there's a lot more where that's coming from, man. I'm really looking forward to seeing a bit more of Cunha as well. I feel like he's gone a bit under the radar with all the other signings. As soon as that got announced and Buemo saga began, and then after that, straight into Sesko. So I feel like a lot of excitement for Cunha died down pretty early, considering he was our first one in, first day of the transfer window. But I'm definitely looking forward to seeing a bit more of him. And I think that Ahmad link up there as well with Mbeumo, I'm excited to see that get a bit more. Sesko front, man. It's exciting, man. It's exciting.
I think we've got quite a few things to look forward to. Obviously, I was talking to Benjamin Sheshko. That's how you say his name properly. And my striker, that, yeah. Can't wait to see him up front. Bro, a striker that can head of the ball, man. I miss an old-fashioned number 9 that can just, bro, jump, meet across in the air and put it in the back of the net, bro. Like, we haven't had that United since what? Ibra. Was he the last person that can win a header? Like, it's ridiculous, bro. It's been like 8 years, bro, or something, since we've had a good striker that can actually header the ball. So, as much as I love Martial, man, you're never getting a great header out of him, really. And there's not really many strikers that can header the ball like that nowadays, generally. Like, it's just a dying art. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing a striker that can actually properly header the ball. But, guys, we should probably end it there. It's been real. Obviously, this is it. This is the United front. You know what I mean? Me, Cowley, your boy Zayn, and your boy Ethan as well. Guys, make sure you're sharing, you're subscribing. It's very, very important for us. Like I said, it helps us out a lot, and we appreciate it a lot. Yeah, we'll hopefully be about a Craven Cottage, potentially doing some, fan reviews, fan cams, whatever. So if you see us, come say hello. You know what I mean? We're happy to involve anybody in our content. If you haven't seen it already, we've had Paul's review, his fan front, that's what we're calling it, from last week. That's out on the YouTube now. You can go out and check that. Very honest take on where United are at the moment, and we appreciate that a lot. Zayn, you want to take us out?
Yeah. So thank you all, and stay tuned. We got like Kylie said, a lot of content coming through. So make sure you turn the notifications on. Subscribe to the channel if you are new, and keep supporting the boys. Nice one.
Peace, boys. Peace and love.